Lovely. Okay, here we have a little Hozier. We're capoed at the 6th fret, and Hozier seems to use his middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string. And it's a 3/4 tune. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We get 2 measures of 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2. Look at that crazy business. Is on that first measure where he's playing a little treble line. He's taking his middle finger on, first you got the open E string, and then he's taking his ring finger, sorry, on the 3rd fret of the B string. And then he's playing still this bass note all the way through on the 4th measure. But then the 3rd finger is on the 3rd fret of the high E string, and then the pinky finger on the 5th fret of the high E string, or 5 frets above the capo, that is. Okay, so what I wanted to say about that is that Hozier's kind of a tall guy, so you might find it, well, you're going to actually end up having to play with the bass note on the A string, so this might be shooting you in the foot. So I'm just going to, I've said it, so I'm going to leave it out there. I was tempted at first to play this note with my thumb so that it would make it a little bit easier on the reach of my fingers, but it's definitely doable. It's interesting. And then this next chord on the downbeat of the 5th measure, excuse me. Yeah, so there we are on the 5th measure. I would probably hammer on with my 4th finger, but I suspect he hammers on with his 3rd finger. So I'm going to just play that, or attempt to play that first phrase, which is 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do that again. 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I have a better pull off with my 4th finger. I don't really like doing that pull off personally with my 3rd finger. It's a little trickier. So I would probably do it with a 4th finger. So 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let's try that. So we play that 4-bar phrase starting measure 3. It has that little addendum on measure 6 there. And then we repeat the phrase. And then he has this little this phrase that carries us on to the next chord on beats 2 and 3 of measure 10. And I'm moving it over to a C form chord there. I think it works. So starting on the downbeat of measure 10, 1, 2, and 3, 2 and 3. It's beautiful. He's playing a lot of notes on the and of 2. So what you get is an effect of 2 against 3. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 against the 3 in the bass note. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's the nice kind of cool hypnotic effect happening in here, is this 2 in the treble part, 2 notes per measure in the treble part versus 3 notes per measure in the bass part. I'm starting again on measure 10. And then the trick to look out for is that on the and of 3 on the third measure, that's when you can release your C form chord so that you can make it back to this G chord with your middle finger. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and start again on the downbeat of measure 10. 1, 2, and 3, and... like so. Let me just do that. That one measure keeps fooling me. Measure 13. It's 10. There it is. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And then we're going to repeat the first phrase again. Oh, a little change actually. And then I get to that, what is that, measure 18. So let me start now on measure 15. So 1, 2, and 3, and 1. Ooh, that'd be funky. Boy, I better practice that first. Hang on. So right there from, excuse me, measure 15. And there, right there on measure 18, you can see that 2 against 3 thing that's happened, is because he's playing the treble strings, or really the D string and the G string, on beats 1 and the and of 2, so you get 2 hits in the measure, and then you get 3 quarter notes in the bass. Last time for this phrase.